The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the June 25th, otherwise known as the Terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this, during this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in at 877-927-6648. And if you've got a question but you can't call in, we've got your back. You can send me an email. Send that off to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question and please send it off early. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. You start our day with a mixed bag. Dow's off 245 with the S&P up 11 and the NASDAQ up 152. That's about 0.8% to the upside for the NASDAQ. Russell's off 0.4 or 8 points. Semis are up nearly 1%. That's a 49-point move there. Trend is off 217. You got gold trading out at 23.38. That's off $6. Silver's trading at 29.24. That's off 28 cents. Light sweet crude is back 7 pennies right now. It does have a TD9 count top out there. Natural gas is off 7 cents. It's consolidating with inside its profile. And the 30-year Treasury is up 2 ticks. It's trading out at 120.02. Now, our leader in the clubhouse to the upside this morning, dollar-wise that is MicroStrategy. $101 move, 7%. Eli Lilly, $16, nearly 2%. Super Micro, $14. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals, $14, 1 3/10. And KLA Corp is up $12. That's a 1.5% move there. To the downside, it is Whirlpool. Pool Corporation down $29, nearly 9%. Top Build Corp off $16, 4%. O'Reilly Automotive down 16, 1.5%. Home Depot, $14, 4%. Equinix off about $14, nearly 2% to the downside. So we got movers and we've got shakers. But let's begin our day by doing what? Let's do the usual routine. New York Stock Exchange, the advanced client oscillator still remains below its zero threshold level. That gives the sellers the edge. However, if we take a look at spot volatility, it is trading below its 50-day exponential moving average. The 50-day is at 1332. Spot VIX right now trading out at 1324. If you trade below the 50-day exponential moving average, you give buyers the edge. And that explains our mixed bag scenario out there. What else can we take a look at here? I'd say not much else at the moment. So let's go switch over and take a look at what's going on those white background charts. We do have different sets of profiles. Let's go take a look at those profile levels for their daily equity future contracts are communicating to you and I. We begin with the ES Mini, upper left-hand side. If you caught the 11 a.m. update, we were taking a look at price testing support on the black background chart, support being at 55.12. Here we can see that price support is at 54.93. We use both sets of data. If the ES Mini were to close below 55.12, its next price target would be 54.93. At this stage here, you just have a little bit of a consolidation with inside its daily profile. You don't have a really a series yet of higher highs and higher lows to speak of. In fact, today we've got a higher low at the moment inside the ES Mini. It's running a resistance here, which is the center of its profile. This is where both buyers and sellers believe there's fair value. The center of that profile is priced at 55.31. The high today, 55.31, basically. If price can close above the oscillator change on at 55.36, then that would signal move back up to the resistance profile level at 55.69. Now, we have to take a look at that. Well, you've got a Wave 7 G-top that is also in place out there. So consolidation, it still is in a bullish mode out here. Got a green oscillator change line, tells us the price oscillator is above zero. We don't have a rising price oscillator above zero, but the price oscillator is above zero. And you got a consolidation. Inside the NQ, yesterday's close below 19,802, much different profile than was on the black background system. The black background system at 20,029. Here we can see that if price closes the day back above 19,802, yesterday's move would be a false breakdown signal out there. What does that mean? It just means it was a false breakdown. Doesn't mean that it can't break down the following day and the day after that. But what we can see here is you can see 3 consecutive days to the downside. The last 3 days out there. What do we know about the NQ? And we can go take a look at this. We take a look at intraday charts out there. We know that moves typically last 2 to 3 bars to the down, 2 to 4 bars really. We'll take a look at the NQ. So that says, quite frankly, we could see at least a 2-day rally, with today being day number 1. The key level, though, to watch and observe on any rally is going to be that 19,980 level. And if the market rallies a little bit further, it's going to go to 19,981, maybe 19,982. But a close back above that would really get us in towards a neutral condition for its TD9 count top out there. The resistance area here is at 2143 and 2371 out there. That's what's going on inside the NQ. The Dow Equity Future contract is traded above profile levels. It's trading above its green oscillator and change line, which may be a target on the downside. This changed colors just 2 days ago. Oftentimes when it changed colors, usually it happens when you've got a top or a bottom signal, but it can happen otherwise, and maybe this is the otherwise out there. And if price gets back and tests and rejects that 39,425 area out there, that would be a buy. Would be a potential buy inside of the Dow, and say prepare for a move higher. Now, I don't have an A to B equals CD pattern or anything. Why? Because the move down here to the low, which was testing profile support on June 14th, created basically about an 82% retracement of that A to B leg out there. So that just does not qualify in Stevie's world as an A to B equals CD pattern out there. Watch support on a further move lower, 39,426. The Russell 2000, which has a buy the D point pattern that's got several of them. The last one, or the most recent one to form, was on June 17th. That form when we had that bullish piercing candle. What prices struggled to do, as we can see, is trade above and close above its oscillator and change line. That number right now is 2052. If price can close above that for 2 consecutive sessions, we likely rally towards the 2082, 2090 level. So that's what's going on. We take a look at the daily time frame for the equity future contracts. Now, back to the NQ out here. In the case of the NQ, I mentioned we had 3 days to the downside. Maybe this is we had a false breakout, at least at a false breakdown, at least at this moment in time. So what does that mean? You know what it could mean? It could mean we've got the next major bottom out here. What do you mean, Stevie? Well, if we take a look at the seasonal patterns over the last 38 years, that red line is today. We can take a look at, from a seasonal standpoint, this is where the summertime rally begins out here. And that is on June 25th, June 24th, June 25th, June 26th, right around this time. Do we have any kind of a bottom signal on that daily time frame? The answer is no. By the way, the rally here is just a few week rally, like about a 4-week rally. I believe the top out here typically forms right around July the 17th. So we're talking about, 3 to 4 week rally to the upside inside the NASDAQ 100. That is a possibility. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the intraday charts here for the NQ. We've even sized down to the 10-minute time frame, which has got an A to B equals CD pattern at present. Let's go take a look at where that price projection might take us to. Now, on a 10-minute basis, this is very strong momentum. We can see that the retracements that have taken place since the in the morning. Copy. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and chew gum at the same time. Stevie doesn't do that very well. You can see how any of these retracements, 10 o'clock or so. First, the retracement this morning at about 9:40 after the market opened was nothing more than pulling back and testing support of its profile level. That, in essence, held out there. Now we can see price continues to find support at that green oscillator and change line. It's taken out a wave number 7 top out there. Yes, we've got an A to B equals CD. That has achieved the 1-to-1 level. That does not mean that this is where it ends. But what I'd be looking for on a 10-minute basis would be some type of bearish reversal candle to then confirm a little bit of a sell the D point pattern, and that would then say price should pull back and again test support out there. Right now, I'd say support is at 19,902 to 19,882 out there. That's on a 10-minute time frame chart. 50-minute time frame chart is kind of suggesting the same in that we are in bar number 8 right now. This 15-minute bar completes in another 11 minutes, 11:30. That would be bar number 8. So that top on a short-term basis, on a 15-minute basis, could take place as the show is coming to an end at 12 noon out there. So again, here support would be at 19,902 on any kind of retracement, something you want to be paying attention to. 30-minute time frame chart's got a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. It too has that A to B equals CD pattern. That would require a larger bearish reversal candle, at least at the moment out there. Short of that, price wants to move higher. You might say move higher to where? Well, it all depends on how this hourly chart deals with its profile resistance level at 19,942. We're trading at 19,937 right now. If price is able to close above that, then you should see the NQ rally up to 20,010 at a minimum out there. What if price is able to take that out? well, then we're looking at, what are we looking at? We'd be looking at there, son of a gun, because we'd be looking at there, if price were to take out that 20.010 level, that's going to get us above the daily green oscillator and change line. That suggests that the NQ would rally into the 2143 to 2371 area. We take a look at what's going on in the daily time frame chart. You and I, we like to take a look at the dance steps out there. What are the dance steps? They're consecutive moves to the upside and consecutive moves to the downside. We can see that coming off the April low for the September contract for the NQ, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 2-bar moves to the downside. We had 1 3-bar move to the downside, which was a test of support back on May 31st. You can say that yesterday was a 3-bar move to the downside, although we did close below profile support here. We're back above it today, and that says that yesterday's move may have been a false breakdown move out there. We really won't know till the end of the day. But here you can see 3 days of downside, so it would not be unusual to see at least a 2-day rally. A 2 to 4 day rally could easily take place out there. Again, 2143 to 2371 is going to be the resistance zone on the daily time frame chart for the NQ. Let's take a look at what's going on inside the Let's take a look at what's going on inside the Dow out here. So you got the Dow, that is the weak link. Let's go see what its intraday charts are going to communicate to you and I. What we're looking at here, because this is down 249 points, the cash indice that is, we're looking to see if there's any kind of a bottom signal out there. So just give this a moment here. It's not the daily chart that we're interested in so much, although on a daily chart, I can share with you that you've got support at that 39,423 level. I think we really covered that when we looked at just the daily time frame charts. Now, to these intraday charts as they fire up here, we're just looking for some type of bottom pattern or signal. Maybe it's a TD9 count, which, by the way, on a 60-minute chart is in bar number 9. What that says to you and I is that the Dow should form a bottom between 12 noon and 1 p.m. today on a 60-minute time frame out there. So you want to watch that. We don't have a confirmation of that on a 30-minute chart out there. We're only in bar number 6 right now, but that between the hourly chart, that could also form a TD9 count bottom as price moves down to its breakout level of support, which for it is down at the 39,490 level. That's coming from the 30-minute time frame chart. I don't see any other bottoming signals out here. So it looks to Stevie like right now it's going to be the 30 or 60-minute charts that control what the Dow Equity Future contract is communicating to you and I. Maybe we'll get a chance as we go into the close of the show to just look back here at these charts. But remember, on the TD9 count, it can be bar number 8, 9, or the bar following bar number 9 out there. So that's why I say we don't know if it's going to be at 12 noon or so closer towards 1 p.m. before the Dow Equity Future contract attempts a bottom out there. So that's what's going on with that. One last thing we can go take a look at, since most people trade the ES out there. Let's go take a look at the ES Mini. Let's go see what it is signaling to you and I. And by the way, the NASDAQ 100, the S&P 500, they've all got bottoming patterns that are forming basically this week out here. When you take a look at the seasonal structure that's out there, is a seasonal structure going to take hold? I don't know the answer to that question, but I just simply want to be able to point that out to you. What that would suggest to me is don't get overly bearish just yet, especially as we took a look at the way that the NQ is trading out there. So on the ES Mini, let's get those intraday charts here to fire up. 60 minutes got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. You've got a TD9 count bottom on the 30-minute time frame chart out there. You have the 120-minute chart. It's got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom as well. So what those intraday charts are telling us that price wants to try to rally further. Now, the first level of resistance appears to be the bottom of that 60-minute profile, and that's up at the 55.32 level. That's the first area of resistance that I would be taking a look at, that if price were to close above, would signal to you and I that price wants to rally further. Rally further to where? Well, what pops up to me is the 55. So let's make it 55.34 that price has got to close above to suggest a further rally. And if that takes place, then we're looking at a move to the 55.42, 55.45-ish area. And then above that, we'd be looking at 55.55. Now, on a daily time frame, I believe that the numbers that I just gave you are much higher than where its oscillator and change line is, which is at 55.36. So now we talked about 50, or I mentioned 55.32 and then 55.34. We're going to say forget that stuff. Let's go take a look at the daily oscillator and change line. That's where real resistance, if it's going to form, should hold. And if price closes above it, it again being 55.36 or 55.37, right about there, you should see that move up to the 55.69 area. So that's what's going on. We take a look at the U.S. equity future contracts out there. We do have 3 questions that have come in. So let's go ahead and get to those right now so that we don't fall behind on that. And the first one really coming in from Bob in Spokane. And Bob, congrats. I know that you are long this trade out here. And on a daily basis, it's a beautiful thing. You got a nice wide-ranging bar. Volume behind today's move so far is 17 million shares. It was taken out of top. That had 12 million shares. That's only in 2 hours of trading. So one heck of a nice move out there. It's negating that signal. The what, though, or the concern, well, look at the monthly chart out here. Right now, and the month ends on Friday. Right now, price is trading above its profile resistance level of 1612. So right now, the monthly chart looks muy bueno out there. It's got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern. It's trading above, and if it closes above on Friday, 1612, that would give you, say, change in profile signal out here. The only thing, as I mentioned earlier, that you've got to be paying attention to this week and next is the fact that that move higher today is now generating a TD9 count pattern that we'll go ahead and confirm this week, and it will complete next week. So maybe we get that top maybe between Monday and Friday of next week. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly Gold Report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry Pesavento on Friday, June 14th and Friday, June 28th this month for his live trading sessions, where you'll sit right beside him as he trades the market live. For this month only, enter code LarryJune24 and save $50 off your first month. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to one of the more beautiful places this time of year, and that is Niagara Falls. Michael, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning there, Stevie. I don't want to rain on your parade, but I'm bearish. The Dow Transport, ticker symbol IYT, and It's a major component, Uber. Could you review the chart?
Absolutely. So to take a look at Uber, first let's put up now, Uber's been trading for 5 years out here. So this is a seasonal pattern first. And Michael, if your eyes focus on the bottom right-hand panel out there, average return by month, what you'll see out here over the last 5 years, Uber's basically been relatively flat May, June, and July. And then in August, it starts to get moving to the downside. And typically moves to the downside until about the end of October. And the end of October, this is when Uber typically moves much higher. It moves higher, usually through about the middle of February out there. So you're you're short the IYT. What percentage do you know that Uber makes up of the IYT?
30%. It's grown because it's in trucking and logistics. Okay, so it's not just the ride share, and guys trying to make a couple $100 a week if they can. They're in the logistics. And I think that with the trucking industry slowing down, they just had another bankruptcy of a major freight carrier. I think there's some weakness. The freight rates are depressed.
Well, here's what the charts are communicating to us, and that is the following. First, on a daily time frame, this formed a bottom back on May 29th. There was a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. And then we've seen price take out profile resistance levels. And I don't have any kind of a topping signal or pattern. What I have in a daily time frame is a consolidation with inside its profile. And that range is between 69.84 and 71.72. This is a profile that formed back on June the 13th. So that's and if the question is, because this is the question I pose for myself, is without a topping pattern, why did price stop where it did on June the 12th? And my answer, Michael, shifts over to the the center chart out there, the weekly time frame chart. And what we can see here is price ran a resistance at that green oscillator and change line. Now, on a weekly time frame, Uber has a TD9 count bottom. Again, no top, but getting back to resistance can be a top out there. I would watch, and price right now is trading with inside its profile, and that's between the range of 64.29 to 71.17. If price gets back above 71.17 out there, it should make another run for that oscillator and change line. That's at 73.64. The reason I want to point that out to you, and that number will change as price moves up and down, but you can use that as a guideline. If you're to see price close above, right now it is 73.64, then what the charts are communicating to you is that this should rally up into the 81 level. And it would be at that 81 area where you'd want to go ahead and take that next short position. If we look at the longer term chart, this is the monthly time frame. And the monthly time frame, there probably is, let's just see, there probably is a sell the D point pattern that formed out here. So let's go take a look at this. Yeah, I'm sure that it did. We'll move this over. That's about, didn't move it over that well, but about there, just at least for the flow. And this did more than a one-to-one, A to B equals CD pattern on the upside. What generated the topping signal was that Three River Evening Star. Now, price is trading with inside a profile here. Actually, it's trading above profile resistance, up at 69.53. So the move to the downside, just so we understand exactly, so you had a weekly TD9 count bottom, and as that was forming, price was getting back and testing that 62.79 area. That's the monthly oscillator and change line. The monthly chart right now is bullish to neutral. The weekly chart The weekly chart is just consolidating right now with inside its profile levels, and I don't have a top on the daily. It's also consolidating. So here's what I would say is if price in Uber were to close above 73.64, and because of its 30% or so weighting in there, I'd consider closing out that trade. But otherwise, you'd stay with it. Now, let me just put any question about the Uber charts, because I can put the IYT charts up as well. We could take a quick peek at that. But any question
Very interesting. You mentioned that 62.80 or 62.89 key support.
Yes, 62.81. Yes.
Yeah, that hovers around the 200-day simple moving average on the daily. It's very interesting. So,
okay.
If it breaks, what's the downside?
If it breaks, the downside would be 52.71. Now that's coming from the monthly time frame chart. If price closed below that,
52.71.
Yes, but before price could get down there, it would have to bust through the level of 57.85. And 57.85 on a weekly basis is where Uber broke out from. So that's what's going on. We take a look at the Uber charts. Now let me show you the IYT charts out here. It's not that much different than what we looked at when we took a look at the NDX 100, or if I put up the Dow, or I put up the S&P 500. And this red vertical line here, Michael, is today. And we can see that from a seasonal standpoint, what the transports typically do is form a bottom as of yesterday or Friday. And this typically leads to a rally, for the most part, that lasts through the early part of December out here. Yes, it has some moves up and down. Now, this is a 20-year average. I think that's all that I've got yet. So this is the 20-year seasonal average out here that just says, hey, just caution. But let's take a look at the IYT charts. I didn't get those up on the screen, but I'll do those right now. So let's type in IYT, and let's see what the rest of the components are suggesting to you here, with Uber making up 30%. So in the case of the IYT, it has a nice TD9 count bottom that formed back at the end of May. And what has that led to? That led to a TD9 count top. Boy, this is a beautiful thing. That TD9 count top rallied into June 12th. What did price do? It pulled back and it tested the breakout level of support at 63.06. It tested profile support at 62.94. What the IYT is doing right now, it is consolidating with inside its daily profile. So is it the IYT is where you're short, not Uber specifically? Michael? We have Michael. Oh, bummer.
Downside on IYT?
Oh. So I say the downside on IYT is going to be 63.06 to 62.94, right around that range. So you've got a consolidation. So what I would be watching for there, knowing that we're in the favorable seasonal cycle, is I'd be watching volume as it moves into that 63.06 level. And the volume that I'd be watching for is you'd like to see more than 764,000 shares trade hands during that day out there. If it is, then price should get down there and may even test the low of that candle. The low of that candle was down at 62.31. And the price is moving down with volume, and it was moving down with, let's say, more than 431,000 shares as it's moving towards the bottom of that swing point. Then you would like to get a test of the swing point low that takes us back to May 29th. And that low out there would be 62.13. Those would be your downside targets inside the IYT, but it's looking to me more like this is just a sideways consolidation, and you should consider trimming that position as price gets into that 63.06, 62.94 level. The only caveat that would be there, Michael, is if it had major volume as it was moving lower. So hope that helps you out.
So the volume would confirm. Okay, thank you very much.
You bet. That was Michael in that beautiful city of Niagara Falls. What a great time of the year. It's probably in the 70s up there. We don't know what that feels like down here in Florida. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Our next request comes from Nicholas. He'd like to take a look at NVIDIA. NVDA is a ticker symbol. We're going to begin with its dance steps. You can see that NVIDIA has many 2, 3, 4 bar knee-jerk reaction lows out here. In fact, the last time we had a move of 5 consecutive days to the downside was back in September 12th of 2023. This is a daily time frame chart that we're taking a look at. So what was yesterday? Yesterday was bar number 3 to the downside out there. The typical 2 to 3 bar knee-jerk reaction move. Now, what you want to watch today is, does price close above yesterday's high? We haven't come close to yesterday's low. Yesterday's high was at 124.46. If we close above that, odds favor that at a minimum, what NVIDIA will do, Nicholas, is get at least a 2-day rally. But could this be the bottom? It absolutely could be the bottom. We took a look at that seasonal factor out there when the NDX 100 typically forms bottoms for a summertime move higher out there, and it's right here, and it is right now. As we take a look at the let's look at another area to be watching today. That's going to be the 30-minute time frame chart for NVIDIA. Why is that? Because price is running into that real first key level of resistance, where price had broken down from on a 30-minute time frame at 124.46. If price is able to close above that, we should see a further rally out there. So watch that level, 124.46. Price is testing it right now. If you get to close above that on the 30-minute bar, suggests that we move higher. Now, resistance inside of NVIDIA, the question is, was NVIDIA moves yesterday simply a false breakdown signal? Well, how are we going to know the answer to that, Steve-O? Well, the answer is going to come because of its close. If price closes above 125.35, it doesn't have to be today. Remember, we took a look at the dance steps. We should see at least a 2-day rally, a 3-day rally out there. So price should be, and price is going to target that level, 125.35, the bottom of its profile. If it closes back inside there, today specifically, if it closes back inside there today, then what we have is a false breakdown signal out there. So I misspoke earlier. It does matter today where price closes. And price must close above 125.35, Nicholas, in order to suggest that yesterday's move was a false breakdown. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, you're going to go ahead, it would appear, and confirm a TD9 count top this week. that top could be formed. That the actual top might take place next week, but you're going to have a TD9 count top on the weekly time frame. And on a monthly, we are at bar number 8 right now. So you could be getting the top. You've got a top on the daily, wave number 7. Looks like a TD9 count top on the weekly, and the monthly is going to form bar number 8. How are we going to know if all that's good, if it really is a top of significance? Well, the first place we're going to watch, Nicholas, is that 125.35 level out there. So that's what we want to watch for the day. I hope that helps you out with regard to NVIDIA. And as always, thanks much for taking the time to write in. Vic has got the next question, and that's to take a look at Stephen M. Rhodes out there. SMR is a ticker symbol, and you just wanted a review of it. Well, the review shows what? It shows that it had a TD9 count on a weekly basis, a TD9 count top last week. And that says that on Friday, if SMR closes above $10.60, that pattern gets negated. If that pattern gets negated, you have resistance up at the level of 1121. And I would say that price would then move against the weekly chart. If price negates that TD9 count top, more likely than not, price is going to go target that 1121 to 1214 level. 1214 is the monthly TD9 count breakdown resistance area. Why did Stevie start with the weekly and monthly more so than anything else? Because on the daily time frame, you are in a nice bullish mode. Now, what price is doing, it's testing a swing point. That swing point, let me get my cursor out there. I can give you the day. That is from the day, Vic, of March the 18th. On March the 18th, price went ahead and did 19 million shares, 19.6. So far in the first 2 hours of trading, we're at about 5 million. So it's coming in light out there. So you want to watch and see how price reacts as it gets up. It doesn't have to, because we're coming in light, doesn't have to test that swing high at 1121. But I think odds favor that it's likely going to do that. Why does it favor that, Steve-O? Well, it favors that because we're trading above profile resistance on the daily time frame. We're trading above a screen oscillator and change line. We are taking out, we've just negated a wave number 7 top out there. All those reasons on the daily time frame suggest that we should see a further rally inside of SMR. Don't know whether it's going to be able to take out that weekly swing or not. So that's what I see that's going on there. Vic, I hope that helps you out. We had a couple requests here from Mohammed. Mohammed wants to take a look at ticker symbol LOW. So let's pull those charts up on our screen. And LOW is looks like just a general review of LOW. So let's trade it out. Oops, come on, Stevie. This is trading. It's having a tough day. Now, it's not going to form a TD9 count top, that's for sure. That pattern is going to get negated as we speak today, unless there's some kind of amazing rally inside of lows. So that's not taking place. But what price is doing out here, Mohammed, is price is pulling back, and it is testing the level where if this is just a counter trend move, it will find support. So the key number for you to be watching is 218.55. The actual low so far of the day has been 218.40. So the 218.55 level so far is held. If price closes below that, odds favor move down to the 216.02 area. That would be saying that we don't have a counter trend move that's going on. A counter trend move for what? Well, I don't have a top out there, but still you've got price below red oscillator and change line, and if it closes below the center of that profile, 216.02 is gain. 215.32 is gain. If we look at the weekly time frame chart for lows, what we've got out here is you had a nice rally right up into resistance, that resistance being that green oscillator and change line at the 229.30 level. On a monthly time frame, you are trading with inside its profile. It's fairly large profile. Support is down at 189.91 and resistance up at 246.36 out there. So on the monthly time frame, I don't have a whole lot of help out here. The weekly most certainly is helping. You know that oscillator and change line is a key level of resistance. We haven't seen price close above it since the trading week of March 29th out there. So watch 218.55. It doesn't matter whether it's, you've got volume, I would imagine. Volume so far today in lows is about 982,000 shares. When this thing had gapped to the upside, it was with 3.6 million shares. So you have a similar volume profile as we speak right now. That's at least as of 11:49. Watch 218.55. I don't think you want me to say that one more time. Instead, what Mohammed would like me to do is go take a look at Broadcom out there. Ticker symbol AVGO. So let's pull that up on the screen out here. And Avgo looks like it's going to generate a confirmed change in trend signal. That's after producing that TD9 count top 4 days ago. So now where's Avgo? Broadcom headed to? Broadcom is suggesting it wants to move on a daily basis down to 1340.54. But I'm not saying that's where it's headed to. Why aren't you saying that, Stevie? Because when I take a look at the weekly time frame chart, you've got 1543 as the next level of support out there. You've got bar number 8 on a monthly time frame, but again, that's high. That you still got to form bar number 9. That says you could get a top between this week or this month and the next 2 out there. So not completely helpful. So we go back to the daily and the weekly time frame. Watch the level of 1542.92. It most certainly should get there. And the price closes below that, we're likely looking at a move to 1340 to 1332. So, Mohammed, thanks so much for writing in. When we come back from this break, we're going to go take a look at, it looks like to close out the show, we'll take a look at the UNG for Joe. He'd like to enter it. That means we'll take a look at natural gas charts. And then we're going to take a look at XOM for Dano inside the Tiger Center is looking for a move to 118. So we'll do the XOM first, and then we'll come back and we'll take a look at the UNG. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, folks.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking the charts here for ExxonMobil. This is for Dano inside the Tiger's Den. And Dano's looking for a move to 118. So the daily chart looks pretty good in that yesterday and today you're confirming a profile change in trend for the daily time frame. On a weekly basis, you had that TD9 count top, took price back to profile support at 109.95, closed below for 1 week. We're back above it. It was a false breakdown move. 115 is what I see right now, Dano, and that is the green oscillator and change on the weekly time frame. That's going to be your resistance level that this needs to be. You can see another resistance point at 115.74. That's the top of its bearish structured monthly profile. So you'll get to 118 if, in fact, you can get that close above that 115.74 mark out there. And that's your resistance. That's where your battles are. Looks good on the daily. Now the weekly, we've got to see what it can do as it approaches that 114.98 level. So I hope that helps you out. With regard to taking a long position inside of natural gas, the first thing they want to take a look at, Joe, is what's natural gas doing on the daily time frame? Consolidation with inside its bearish structured profile. Key level of resistance out here has been that green oscillator and change line. That's up at 298. Now, price did possibly make a bottom of the consolidation as it got down to the profile support level of 276 yesterday. It actually made a low of 278. Close enough for Stevie. If we take a look at some of the intraday charts out here, for example, the 30 minutes got a nice TD9 count bottom. That went ahead and confirmed at 11 o'clock on this morning? Yeah, at 11 o'clock this morning, because it's almost noon out there. Price is dealing with resistance. That's at 290, 2.901. If you get a close above that, you should see natural gas rally up into the 29.50 level. If I put on the, oh, by the way, natural gas, though, here I want to do, whether I get to the UNG charts or not, this is perhaps more important, and that's a seasonal pattern inside of natural gas. As we take a look at it, you can see that natural gas typically tops right around the middle of June, and it moves lower down into the end of July 21st, before it starts its next rally. So my suggestion would be, if you're looking to go long natural gas, because you just got this consolidation on the daily time frame, maybe the better time to be taking a look at this is going to be back in when we come in July, around the middle of July. Folks, thanks so much for joining me. Please stay tuned for all the great programming. I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. sharp. Have a terrific day and be safe out there. Take care.